And for some to be a traditional Catholic means turn back the clock, right? Just try to roll back anything that's happened since 1955, right? And then there are other versions of traditional which say, how do we bring forward, how do we conserve those traditions in the church? And I believe that Benedict XVI believed that the way forward was to reform the reform. So I think, sort of what I was saying before, the best way forward, really, I actually think the only way forward is to reform the reform, to look at the different problems that the Novus Ordo opens things up to, right? So, I mean, when I read Eucharistic Prayer 1, and I read it in Latin. This past week, I celebrated, almost every Mass I celebrated was Eucharistic Prayer 1 in Latin, right? And I'm looking at those words. There are not a whole lot of differences between that and the traditional Latin Mass in terms of what you're praying for in that anaphora, right? They're very, very, very close. In some cases, it says, the saints of John, in the traditional Latin Mass, John the Baptist, Michael the Archangel, and instead in the Novus Ordo it says all the angels and saints. I mean, it's those kinds of differences, pretty minor, right? If you when you see it that way, you begin to realize that you begin to look at the liturgy with a hermeneutic of continuity. That I believe to be, to conserve those things is the way forward, as opposed to, let's just throw the whole Novus Ordo out. Let's call it a mistake. Let's all say that it's been harmful somehow, even though it's certainly nourished a whole lot of Catholics.